We're going to make a quick run into Michael's. We're going to grab some preserved moss. Normally the brand of moss that I use is super moss, but because I need quite a bit, we're going to go with the cheaper brand here. Now let's check out. We have some cyclamen here. We're alternating in color. So we have a beautiful red and we have a beautiful white, perfect for early winter containers. I have this preserved moss here that's going to function in two ways for us. The first way it's going to function is it's going to function aesthetic wise. So it looks good on the eyes. It's a perfect contrast from the green, our variegated color in our leaf here on our cyclamen. But then it's also going to function as a mulch. I'm super duper excited and I love the way that this turned out. I went ahead and I kept the obelisk in place, and the reason why I kept the obelisk in place is because I still wanted to fade in the background, but I still wanted to give us some structure here. Absolutely just covered in bloom, just waiting to show their hair. And look how long this bloom right here is. Look at how long that is. Just gorgeous. I guess I should clean this off a bit. Tomorrow we're going to go antiquing, and I'm super duper excited about that because I have a few things that I'm looking for, and you never know. Sometimes you might see something and it's something that you're not even looking for, but it works out absolutely perfect. The first item I came across while antiquing was this beautiful plant stand. I feel like that's one of the things you can never have enough of. So I think we're going to grab this. It's sturdy and I think it'll work for what I want to use it for. We're in the next antique shop and we come across this beautiful booth here. I feel like it was just a treasure trove. I walked around for a little bit, seeing if I can find any treasures, any type of hidden gems. So we head to the next booth. One of the things I like to look for when I go to antique shops, I always like to look for different types of chinaware. This cup is $60, but I am looking for blue and white. Although this fits the color, it definitely does not fit the price. This antique shop is normally on the pricey side. For example, this is a beautiful planter here, but when you see the price, sticker shock for sure. We were shopping, I got an alert on my phone that we were going to have some temperatures that were going to drop down below freezing. So I immediately came home and I started pulling plants in. It's only standing room only. Like I got plants down here on the floor. I have some myrtles that we need to get potted up. And then in addition to the myrtles, I have some citrus trees that I need to get potted up. So I thought, why not bring you guys along on this journey with me? In addition to bringing my plants in, I also have some plants I need to stake up, pot up to bigger containers. And those are some of my citrus plants. Now this citrus plant right here, this is a lime and it has some of the biggest limes already on here. But what I need to do is I need to add some more support here because this thing is absolutely 100% covered, you guys. and limes. This is the size container that I have it in because it's on the small side. And when I get my citrus and my limes, I don't like to bump them up too fast. So I went a little bit bigger than the can that it was already in when I first got it. So it's been sitting outside, and now that it's inside, I decided I need to stake it. I needed to stake it a while ago, but I just been playing on the wild side, I guess. Move on to the next one. So I got this lemon repotted. So this is a Meyer lemon. I've had this for a while. I have lime trees. I have lemon trees. There is lemons and limes. So, and then I also have a kumquat and a bloodgood orange. I'm headed out of town, so we're going to pick this vlog back up once I get back in town. We got some amazing finds when we went out antiquing. It's getting late and I have a very early morning, like a 2 a.m. type of morning. So we're gonna go ahead and call it quits so I can get some Z's, leave a list of plants for my boys. And I'm gonna be depending on them to bring in all of my plants, because otherwise, if they forget to pull the plants in, they forget to water, then what is going to happen is those plants are going to be hasta la vista. Now, when you're bringing your plants inside, you want to make sure for the freeze, when you guys get those freeze warnings, if you're leaving anything outside in containers, everything needs to be extremely well watered. Do is you want to inspect everything. Look up underneath the leaves, look on top of the leaves. It's good to blow things out. It's good to scrape away so much of the top layer of soil. Some people use insecticidal soap. I'm not against that. You can make your own, you can buy your own, just however you like to do it. I feel like when you're bringing things in, it's the best time to repot things, right? Because you're bringing it in, so why not start off in a new container? Now, for everything that I'm going to be leaving outside, this has been my rule of thumb, how I have kept my plants alive in containers. You want to make sure that you water everything in. That's the first thing. So once you get everything watered in the way that it needs to be, and that way what happens is when those temperatures drop, now remember, the temperatures are only going to be dropping for so many hours, right? But you still want to make sure you have that water around the root ball, because what that is going to do is it's going to insulate your plant, and it's going to help keep it warm as it transitions to those temperatures, because also in the daytime, remember, we're going to heat back up. So that's how the temperatures are going to do. They're going to flex back and forth for a little while until we are in full-fledged winter. And it's back raining again. So I'm gonna have to make the list for my boys. We're gonna keep our fingers crossed that they bring in everything that they need to bring in, and that way we don't have anything that died that doesn't need to die. And whatever doesn't make it in, then it just don't make it in. We have this beautiful Eugenia Myrtle topiary. It's a total of 6 of these, 4 on the smaller side, 2 on the bigger side. Now I know what containers I'm going to use for 4 of them. We're going to pot these up. We are going to do some root pruning, and one of the things that you'll see once you start to get into container gardening, and maybe you already know, and so me saying this is just like, honey, I already knew that. But root pruning is going to be your best friend. It's very simple and easy to do. So we're going to prune on the top. We're also going to prune on the bottom, and we're going to get these in some nice size containers here. So let's see. I'm thinking these would be a great option here. These actually work because I think they look bigger. This myrtle right here is on the struggle bus. So I am going to set this one on a plate and I'm going to water this in. This is really the only one that I'm like really worried about. And that's because this one dried out a little bit more while it was waiting to be potted up to make sure the roots stay moist. And I'll just have to keep a close eye on this one. I'm not going to trim this one up for right now. I did overwater this one just a little bit, only because it's thirsty. You can really see it from the leaves. Once the leaves and everything are rehydrated, then I'll reevaluate and see if I need to go ahead and trim it up at that time. But I'm okay with letting it grow out a little bit to save the specimen, because this is a nice specimen. And topiaries can be on the expensive side, especially when you find them this small and able to fit in smaller size containers. Now, I do have a total of 2 more that I have to get put in. So I have 4 of them already planted up, but I have a very early meeting in the morning. Sure, I keep you all updated on everything that's going on, but I'm super duper excited about how these turned out. Drop down in the comment box and let me know, before the frost hit, were you able to get outside, pull in all the plants that you wanted to pull in, or did something not make it? I would love to hear about it.